right, here we go, gentlemen. The Festus Fantasy First Take, the inaugural episode. I'm with the manager of Jaxie Pad, Chris Lambert, and the manager of the Dogs, Ugly Boy Tyler Wright. How you guys doing today?
Doing lovely, Jackson. Thanks for having me.
Chris?
Doing good, doing good.
Well, we're going to talk for about an hour, just like First Take. I got some questions prepared. The managers have been sent the questions a little bit beforehand to prepare, but we're going to get a good episode out of this, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's start off with the first question that I prepared for everybody. Let me find it real quick. All right, here we go. So I'll kind of call everyone. I want to be like more the host. I want this to be more for you guys, but I'll jump in and give my takes too as well. So, Chris, I want to start off with you. You've made a few trades this year. With your knowledge of trading or lack thereof, who has made the best trade of the year so far?
Well, I got three for this. My Marv Harrison and Mike Evans trade for Barkley. I really love that trade. I got a lot out of that trade. And I turned it into CMC, Hill, and Pittman. And potentially that trade could win me the league if CMC comes back. I could win the league off that trade, like realistically. But I also like Tyler's JJ for James Cook trade. He robbed Austin blind. What's my next one? Oh, Dom's Reishi, Rice, and Mason trade. Even though Rice is out, that trade was beautiful at the time.
Interesting takes there.
Those are my three for sure.
I like the Dom shout
That's
out there.
crazy.
Interesting for sure. Ty, what do you have to say?
Brock's trade to start the fucking year. Brock's trade to start the year. He got rid of fucking CMC, Rice, got back Zach Moss, Jonathan Taylor. Fuck, who else did he get in that? Fucking I'm
Devontae
forgetting
Smith?
those receivers right now.
Devontae
Who he
Smith?
got? Yeah, Devontae Smith. Fuck, boom. And he's hurt right now. But if you look at not so much as it is like Brock winning, making the best trade, but he got rid of so many problems that he would have right now, that he saved himself all those headaches that he would have right now, tonight.
CMC probably not playing for another good amount of weeks, and Rashee Rice out for the season. And to get back, Devontae Smith alone is very impressive. Also getting back Jonathan Taylor and another one, like we said, I agree. I had Brock's trade as my best one. Tyler, I did love the James Cook for Justin Jefferson trade.
Robbery.
It was pretty.
It is crazy.
It was
Thank you,
pretty-
Austin.
But Tyler, I have to ask, is it, and we can argue about this, but would you have almost rather given up a receiver because you keep messing up the flexes? In that trade, you probably should have given back Brian Thomas. Would that have made things easier for you?
Well, no, I'd still be, if I got rid of Brian Thomas, then it still would have been, I'd still be 1-3 right now. So, I mean, I'd be sitting in the same spot. I don't look, sure, I keep fucking up. Okay. Going back to last year, I keep fucking up. But these are still the problems that you want to have. You want players on your bench that you're like, fuck, who am I playing this week? I don't know. I assume I got one coming this week, so I've already lost 2 games this year based off not playing the right people. So it is what it is. You got to live and die by what you play, and we have been dying.
Yeah. Well, that leads into this next question here. Ty, me and you both have 2 You Fucked Up awards. Chris, I don't think you have one yet. Who knows if
Never
that
gotten
changes?
one. I don't know what that's like.
You haven't? Well, with that being said, who has been the worst manager this year? Chris,
Oh,
was
Austin, hands down. Austin,
Austin.
hands down. Buddy wasn't even there for the draft. And then he sells JJ for nothing. It's got to be Austin. No hate to the guy. Actually, all hate. But yeah, definitely Austin.
Ty, what
Definitely Austin.
It's tough. It's got to be Austin. The guy, but you know what? To be fair, this is why the guy should have just auto drafted the whole fucking thing.
Wait, well, didn't he come in and then take Zamir White and Brock Bowers back to back?
Bowers
And-
was solid.
and Marvin
Bowers is
Mims.
solid.
He drafted Marvin Mims.
Oh yeah.
In the
Then you
10th
look at
round.
Austin's bench and you're like, Jesus fuck.
I don't know. I gotta argue Tony too. Low
I
key.
I said Tony.
Tony's got to be in there.
I said
Going
Bad
Tony.
Taylor, and then Pittman back to back. Crazy.
Getting, well, and
I
then
think I
getting
got to
rid
be
of
up there for real. I think I got to be up there.
No, yeah, drafting Kelsey's wild. Yeah, can't
Yeah,
lie.
I was actually for the league. I'm about sick of everyone every week coming on here and just bashing me for Kelsey. Okay, I fucked up. I get it. I fucked up.
You
Chris
figured you
did
would
it
have learned
Chris
last
did it
year,
the other week. Colin did it last week.
but just off of last year alone, you would have been like, I'm staying away from Kelsey. You're like, maybe the 3rd round this year. I just don't get it.
Tell you the truth too. You guys always make fun of me for my highlighter and shit. They
yeah.
did not have Kelsey as a 3rd rounder. That was completely me.
Well,
Oh
here's the
God.
thing: is
And I
it
fucked it up.
you're
And I
also
actually, hold on, before we even started this, I was looking at the draft, and I was just like, "Fuck, Devontae Smith,
I've been
Pickens,
doing that so many weeks.
Kenneth Walker." I could have got so many good guys, and I fucking fucked it up. Whatever.
I just look at where I drafted Mahomes and I'm like, oh my fucking God.
Hey, now Rice is hurt though. You never know. You never
Mm.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
well, I mean, everyone made a terrible pick. I
It's
made
so
Mark
frustrating
Andrews, but
starting Mahomes and then you have Sam Darnold just killing it on your bench. Who would think that Sam fucking Darnold is gonna outperform the 3-time Super Bowl champ Mahomes? And he does it weekly.
Apparently, Big Cat.
and you know what's
Unreal.
crazy too, Chris? You're
I
gonna
just had
sit
to talk about
Mahomes.
that.
You're gonna sit Mahomes this week, and then he's gonna outperform Darnold.
Oh yeah,
That's how
Mahomes
it
is gonna
goes.
drop 45. Like, yeah.
That's
I'm
how
fully
it goes.
I'm so prepared for that.
I'm sitting Andrews for Cole Kmet, and I know it's gonna happen. I know he's gonna score.
Oh yeah. Andrews 23 points. Guaranteed. He's breaking
That's-
out.
Yeah, it'll be the week. Because why wouldn't it? Well, I like those answers. I think Tony and Austin are the definitive. At one point, I mean, you in here underrated kind of pick here, but Judson has been really underperforming as a manager. As the clear cut number one, he did nothing to
Yeah,
improve
Judson was all
himself.
talk when he started out 2-0.
Yeah, and then he back to back lowest scores ever in the regular season, made no trades, and now all of his player stock is down. So could you argue Judson in that conversation as well?
I don't know about that. I mean, I don't know. I think his team's just had bad weeks. I think they'll bounce back. I think he's
He had
got
a good
guys.
draft. Like he had a good draft. So like, yeah, I can't. Austin and Tony did not have very good drafts, and then they both have made shit trades. So
Like Austin wasn't even there, and then Tony's nose got in the way of him drafting.
I will not disrespect the Marine. Shout out to him. Go Steelers.
Oh shit.
Ty, you were just talking about how you were going through the draft just earlier. I'm assuming it's in preparation for this question. I want to know, after 4 weeks of the season, who has the steal of the draft this year? And you can pick, the player specifically on the team that you think. Ty, you're excited about answering this. You go ahead first.
You do, sir. Jaden fucking Daniels. Steal the draft, hands down.
Thank you.
And you actually you pointed this out in the preseason ranking video that I went away from my draft style, and I'm usually a wait on a QB. I had my eye on Jaden Daniels because I even drafted RG3 as rookie year way back, and I was just like, "This is just so perfect," and then I didn't. But well, you know what? Fuck it. I fucked up, and you didn't. So you know what? Good on you, Jaden Daniels. Steal the draft, hands down.
I also put Jaden Daniels as it because he is the quarterback one. It's kind of hard to
I think
in the
Rasheed
11th
Rice.
round.
I think Rasheed Rice would have had an argument.
He 100% would have.
But yeah, Jaden Daniels,
I think
number
there's
one QB, drafted at 119. I think it said it was. I mean,
11th round. I
yeah.
hope Brock. I hope you're listening. I hope you're still fucking mad about that. You don't even need a quarterback, Jackson. You don't even need a quarterback. Well, my 4 screens got me great
My
value,
4
bud.
screens.
My 48 screens. Chris, who do you think steal the draft is?
I had one of your guys, but it wasn't Jaden Daniels. I said Kamara.
Wow.
Because I mean, he would have gone first round if we knew what he was gonna do.
Well, yeah.
Everybody had him way lower. But I also
And
have one of my guys, Stephon Diggs, in the 4th round. wide receiver 9 right now. Who's not taking that? You're taking that early second, easy. If not earlier.
That is a strong pick. I also think
There's definitely some bias involved with that.
Jackson
But-
even thought he reached on that.
I did reach on Kamara. Technically,
You did,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Well, yeah.
But I
But-
mean, it's a steal now.
Diggs is looking like a pretty good pick. I think you have to throw out Nico Collins for
Yeah.
Austin. He's a bona fide first rounder for
But
sure.
I looked at him too. I didn't want to say him though.
Yeah,
for
that's the
his
CPU
autograph.
did that for him.
Yeah, so I'm not
Good
giving
point.
him that.
Good point.
Probably didn't even know who Nico was before he was on his team.
Literally.
Do you guys have any ideas of the worst pick so far? I know this wasn't like a prepared question, but if you can think
Pittman in the second round.
Pittman in the second round was a pretty bad pick.
That was black. We all
I'll
were
tell you
like,
what though, man. I think if Joe Flacco plays the whole year,
no, yeah. I hope. Fuck.
I mean,
I have two
I don't
ideas.
know.
I have Tank Dell in the 5th round by Brock. Said it
Yeah.
was a terrible pick in the preseason rankings. I still think it's a terrible pick right now.
It's looking that
round.
way.
It's looking terrible. And I was just thinking of someone. Well, pretty much every tight end. Mark Andrews is the worst, probably the worst pick. Honestly, he's probably the worst. But Tank Dell, I think, is also up there. And Michael Pittman. So awesome. Okay, cool. Do you guys have anything else to say before we get into some really dirty questions?
I mean, fuck CMC. That's a tough pick.
That's a terrible pick too.
Yeah. Nobody knew though. You had to pick him at the 1.
Yeah, yeah.
Garrett
Fair.
Wilson. Forgot him. Garrett Wilson looks pretty bad right now.
I got him in my other
Oh.
league, just fucking me, man. It
Yeah, I
sucks.
can't wait. Yeah, we need to talk about Garrett Wilson.
Well, let's talk about Garrett Wilson. We talk about it. We got time. Let's talk about it.
Colin has to trade him. Devontae Adams is coming.
Pause.
Resume. He has to trade him right now.
Who's
I don't know
gonna
what
bite
he
on
can
that?
even get for him.
Who's gonna bite on that?
I don't know. Austin,
I'm not biting
Tony,
on that. I mean,
Dom might bite on that.
Dom. Okay, you know what? Okay, since we're on this topic, Jackson, I'm gonna kind of fast forward to one of your other questions about who can make the best trade.
Yeah, so here,
Dom
what's a trade that
needs-
needs to happen?
Dom needs to get rid of Derrick Henry for a lot while he can.
No, yeah.
I offered Dom 3 starters, including Josh Allen, to help his QB problem. I'm offering fucking deals to him, and he does not want to let go of Derrick Henry. And I'm just like, okay, dude, but
Dom
mean,
loves his running backs.
He does. It's funny
Yeah,
you say that because whenever I thought the same thing. I originally thought Garrett Wilson and Aaron Jones. I think Colin would accept that, and I think Dom would bite on it. But if you're offering 3 starters, unless it's like Josh Allen, Amari Cooper, and Brian Thomas, I mean, I don't know if that counts, but I think Dom needs to make that trade too. So Chris, I mean, we kind of
he
jumped.
did get Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper was in there. I won't lie.
Okay, so it's Josh Allen and the band of.
But then I'm talking to him about Najee and Bijan, and he don't want to bite on it. I mean, like, hey. You know what? Whatever. He don't want to chat, so it is what it is.
I think Derrick Henry is running back too. Chris, what do you say? If you had to build,
And it doesn't look like it's going to slow down either.
no.
I mean, I still got to go with Garrett Wilson. Colin's got to get rid of him. I promise you Devontae Adams is going to be a New York Jet before November.
What does Colin go get though? Does Colin get a running back upgrade, or does he get? Because you can't upgrade Garrett Wilson unless you add in someone else right now.
No, I think he's got good running backs, but I think he could package Garrett and Laporta for something like a better tight end. He needs a better tight end.
You would
I think-
would trade Garrett Wilson and Laporta for who
Not
at tight
just-
end? Every tight end sucks.
I mean, you could go get Brock. You could go get Bowers and then something else from Austin. You could definitely rob Austin. You don't think?
I mean,
Not after what I did.
No, yeah, he's on high alert right now.
well, what about Jay Gill? Jay Gill is also, I think, in a camp of he does not like his team. I don't think Jay Gill likes his team with Brees and Saquon.
I think Jay Gill's kind of fucked with what he did. The Barkley trade, he kind of fucked himself.
I agree. So, but now what do you do? Do you go trade Saquon?
You have to trade a running back. You have to trade one of them.
I was in talks with him today about
I was
Only
trying to
one
get.
I want
I
is
was trying to get
Saquon.
Breeze. I was
I
trying to
was
get
in-
Breeze.
I'm looking at his team. The only one I want is Saquon. That's the only one I even want.
I want Breeze because I have Allen. So I mean,
And that's
That's
a smart
fair.
thing,
I
Chris.
don't mind that.
I don't want to pay for Saquon what I'd have to pay, so I was going after Breeze. I found
Brees
out
looks like trash too, though.
I don't look
Dog
good.
shit.
He
I mean,
don't
he had a
look
tough matchup last week. Broncos have a good rush defense.
good. Yeah,
Shit with them, too.
but Braylon Allen is cutting into that. It's kind of like Tyler Algier. And,
Braylon Allen's getting the goal line work now.
yeah, well, he's a fucking huge human. It's like
6'1",
Chris, if you were
230.
actually huge, like it's just.
All right, Jackson.
No, I think three managers that need to make a trade is like you guys said, Dom, Colin, and Jay Gill. What happens with those trades? I have no idea.
I mean, I don't know if Jay Gill can even like fix his team. Like, no hate at all to the guy. He just traded his best wide receivers to me for one guy. I mean, I'm more of a get a bunch of good players instead of a great player. Kind of. That's how I try to trade.
Yeah, I have to upgrade at least one position, and then I have to get somewhat of at least someone with an upside back if I'm him. So get a serviceable running back, but you have to get an upgraded wide receiver, at least top 20 in return.
Have
And maybe
to.
that's not the outlook right now, but you have to at least play for that. So maybe you go get just kind of spitballing here. Maybe you do go get a Najee Harris and a
I
Justin.
offered him Mike Evans straight up for Breeze.
Yeah, I'm sure he would have loved to do that. But I think Garrett Wilson and Aaron Jones
Hey,
would be a good
hey,
trade for both.
hey, Najee, Josh Allen. Everybody's on the block. Fuck, if anyone wants Justin Jefferson, come get him.
But what do you
Can't go-
need, Ty?
A new team.
Anything.
You know,
Anything.
flashback to draft day.
If I could go back in time, that'd be pretty fucking cool.
Oh, buy the multicolor highlighter pack. Fuck, get you right.
Get your ADP laminated pieces of notes to be a little more updated next time, Ty. Tough one.
Yeah, we're gonna work on it.
Let's move on. I'm really excited to start asking these questions. We're gonna start with Chris's question. If you guys are listening and watching, I did not share these specific questions with their other managers. So Chris does not know what I'm about to ask Ty, and so he's not going to be able to defend himself super prepared. And Ty, same thing. So let's ask Chris's question first. Here we go. Chris,
I'm
you
here.
talk a lot about your back-to-back rings, but you have bottom 3 finishes in the consolation bracket the last 2 years. And currently you have a 20-26 all-time record in the Forum era. That's the last 3 years. This record, 20-26, is worse than Dom, Colin, Judson, even Mez, and many, many more. It's one of the worst in the league. Is Chris overrated as a manager?
Fuck
Go ahead.
yeah, he's overrated. Fuck yeah, he's overrated. Chris is the #1 guy in the fucking chat. He's the doctor in the chat. He's that guy. He's that. Oh, he'll be back this time. Blah blah blah. It's only this injury. He's the guy. He knows it all. He's the one that's in the locker room with the boys after a Sunday hard fought game at noon. He's in the locker room and he knows what they're talking about.
Oh,
And you talk
I got
about
my sources. I got my sources.
and like you said, all he does is talk about them fucking rings he won 3 fucking years ago. Fuck. And look at his fucking all-time record, 20
You
and
help
26.
with
He shouldn't
help with
even
one of
won.
those
And,
rings,
and we're
Tyler.
gonna go back. Listen, we're going back now. 2021. His team was 7-7, and he won the fucking championship. That's
Yeah.
he shouldn't have won. It wasn't a good fucking team. He had great weeks from Kamara and fucking Jamar Chase. He wasn't a good team. Overrated fucking manager. End of story.
I would love my rebuttal.
Chris, you have your chance at a rebuttal right now.
Granted,
You go as long as you want. You do say whatever you want.
last two seasons, especially 2 years ago, dog shit. But I have always been of the mindset, go for it all and get nothing. Like, that's what I'm about. Listen, 1 ring, I'll say that's luck. But 2, you got to admit there's some skill in there, especially back to back. Because y'all know ball. And to win 2 back to back, that's something to like, you got to acknowledge at least. But then the year immediately after that, I traded CMC and Tyreek Hill for shit that I thought would pan out. Didn't pan out, and we saw that with my last place finish. But then last year, I'm a game away from the playoffs. This is the most competitive year we've ever seen. So I don't know if I can get too much hate for last year, just because that was super tight for everybody. Everybody had like a 7-7, 7-8 record around that time period. So I mean, you got to chalk that one up to just bad luck, personally. Because I mean, what would you have, J- fucking Jackson? You had a 9-5 record. You won the ring.
9-5 was first in the league. Yeah,
Yeah. So I mean, 9-5 was the best our league had to offer that year.
that I think was the first year a sub double digit win team was number one. I think every year before that was at least 10 wins.
Mm-hmm. No,
But
yeah. So I mean, I wouldn't say I'm overrated. I would just say I'm not performing to my standard. That's for sure.
Chris, you made a point at the beginning of the year to say you're going back to trusting your gut when it comes to drafting and making trades. And quite honestly, it's underperforming again as it was in years past. It's the same kind of pattern. What's going on there? Tyler, before you answer, Chris, Tyler, what do you think is going on?
And yeah, you just nailed it all right there. It's not the fact that he has bad drafts or anything, but yeah, the guy makes so many trades in a goddamn season, and he don't even know what the fuck he's trading. That's the way I look at it. And so, I mean,
I've made 2 trades this year, and arguably my trade made Jay Gill's team dog shit. So I love that trade. And then the other trade, if it pans out with Tua coming back, and if CMC comes back and is even half of his former self, I just won the league off that trade. Like,
yeah,
that's so factual, especially with the way Pittman's performing now. Pray to God Anthony Richardson dies or something,
he's
because Joe
already coming
Flacco,
back. He's already coming back.
I need him to like get arrested or something. Just something needs to happen to Anthony Richardson, because Joe Flacco will feed my boy Pittman. But I don't know. I like that trade a lot personally, and I'm literally, if I start Darnold and Pittman, I'm 3-1 right now, and that's just the way it is. So I just mismanaged my team last week.
Well, I did notice you are sitting Mahomes and Tyreek Hill, who you did trade for.
Fuck yeah, Tyreek Hill needs to sit on the fucking bench, earn playing time.
Yeah, well, you can't outscore Tony Pollard, so you probably need to go back to the draft board on that one. I don't know. Are you just another manager that maybe is just not adapting to the new times? Are you maybe stuck in the past and kind of
I
living?
have 5 wide receivers, Jackson. How more can you adapt?
It's not that. It's not that. It's the way you're evaluating players. You're not making the right trades for players, and that's why your team sucked 2 years ago. You traded Tyreek, evaluated wrong. Last year, same thing. Granted, last year was way more unlucky with injuries for you. I'll give you a pass there. But this year it looks
Yeah,
like the same
I'd
pattern.
say 2 years ago definitely was my fault.
I mean, 100%. That was 100%. But uh Ty, if you have anything else, we'll go to your question.
Not really. Let's hit it.
All right,
Hit me.
let me find it real quick. All right, here we go. How much time do we got? Okay, sweet. Tyler, a longtime veteran and of course our beloved commissioner, has one of the highest all-time records in the league. I believe second highest, only to your boy, at 26-20. But over the past 2 years, he has missed the playoffs both times and even finished 11th last year. Over the course of the Forum era, Tyler has accumulated the most You Fucked Up awards, but also has had one of the most consistently injured teams. What do we have to say about Tyler as a manager? Is he the problem or is he unlucky? Chris, take it away.
I just got to start off by saying Tyler knows ball, and sometimes I think that can be a detriment because he plays it too safe. I personally think he plays it too safe, and the best example I have is the Kelsey pick. You drafted Kelsey in the first round because you think he's a guaranteed 20, when in reality you don't need to ever take a tight end in the first round, ever. That's just my opinion on it. And then you double back. You're like, you know what? Travis Kelsey in the third round, hitting it. And I think arguably he's worse this year. But you look at your best year that I remember, 11-4. You lucked into that by drafting Cooper Kupp, the Triple Crown winner.
Ooh.
That's my opinion. Nobody evaluated Kupp that high, and you rode that all the way to the final loss versus me that year. So I mean, I would say you're kind of lucky when you do get good, personally. But I mean, you know ball. Like I can't argue with that fact. You know ball.
Did I
It's
get
just not.
lucky that year when I drafted Jalen Hurts too?
I mean,
Did I
yeah,
get
because you
lucky? Did
got
I get
fucking
lucky that year
15
when
tush
I
pushes.
drafted Jonathan Taylor too?
No, Jonathan Taylor was a great pick, but Jalen Hurts having 15 gimme touchdowns, that's pretty lucky to me.
No, that was the year before that. That was before the sneak year.
Was it?
Yes, that was not the sneak year. They were not that good.
Hmm.
They finished like third in the division. That was the year Commanders made the playoffs. They won the division.
Oh shit. Well, ultimately it ended up with me getting a ring that year. That's all I really remember.
I'd like to circle back to another thing, and this is
Yeah, sure shit did, Chris.
I want to say this, okay? Chris, you are a back-to-back champion, but only one of those have been counted in this statistical era that we can keep track of. If we go back, we have other managers that have won the league, but we don't count that because it's not in this new era. Why should we still count that ring, even though obviously it's very well remembered? But why should we, if we can't count everyone's, why do we have to count yours?
Because I guarantee you, if Tyler or Brock, I don't remember what year that is. Was that the Tyler year or the Brock year?
I think Brock's never won. I think Tyler did win when we were
It
in.
was both.
Brock won?
No,
Like it,
I won once. Yeah, when we were in like fucking middle school.
Oh, you're talking about the year that you played him in the. Okay.
no. What was the year I got my first ring? Did I beat Tyler and then Brock, or Brock and then Tyler?
I think it
You
was
beat
Tyler.
me, then Brock. You
I
beat Brock
guarantee,
in the
I
championship.
guarantee you, if Brock won, that's his ring, and
Well,
nobody's gonna dispute that. The only reason why we're disputing is because I won 2 in a row.
you mean Tyler? So if Tyler won,
Yeah, if Tyler or Brock, if they got that ring, that's their ring, and nobody's gonna dispute it.
but Tyler has a ring technically, and I think Dom would technically have two because didn't Dom win another one?
Wait! Wasn't that the first
Yes,
year
he
we went
did.
to? Wasn't that the first year y'all did 12 man? My first year in the league.
No. You've been in the league since we've
Mhm.
started. You've been in the league, sorry, for a while. The only two expansion teams we've had is AJ and Judson, or AJ
Yeah.
and
No, yeah. You're right,
Tony,
Chris.
AJ and Tony. Sorry.
You're right.
This,
You're right, Chris. We went to
this,
12 man when you joined.
yeah. So I mean, why wouldn't we count it since we're still a 12 man?
Well, I was just saying because we don't have the stats for it, and again, just something to bring up because it's a dialogue I want to
We
start.
switched. We switched apps. We were on Yahoo that year.
No, we were always on ESPN.
And then
Okay, this guy. I don't know what you're
What
talking
the
about.
fuck are you
Yahoo.
talking
The
about?
fuck,
we definitely switched apps. That was a different app. We went to ESPN my second year.
No,
buddy. We were never on Yahoo.
We were on
never.
something. Why wouldn't the stats
ESPN.
save then?
We were on ESPN because it was a new league. I didn't renew that league. I had to do a new.
Okay.
I don't remember why I had to do a new one. Probably because fucking. I don't know. I don't know.
It would be awesome if we had that league
But
since
like
middle school.
trying to take away a ring is crazy.
Would be.
I'm
That's
not
so
trying to
crazy
take
to me.
away a ring. I'm just trying to make it fair. I since it is so recent, I think it is fair to keep it, but I want to start a dialogue.
Give him his fucking ring. He's like the fucking Cowboys now.
He is like the Cowboys. You are like the Cowboys. You're just stuck in the past. You haven't done shit since. You haven't even made the playoffs since.
The 4 completed seasons we've played that I've been in the league, I've won 50% of the time.
No,
Who
you
else can
haven't.
say that?
You
The 4
haven't.
completed
Oh,
seasons that I have played, I've won 50% of the time.
but you've lost 50% of your matchups. You're 20 and 26 all time. It's
All you gotta
worse
do is
than
get hot at the right.
Neds.
All you gotta do is get hot at the right time, and you've admitted to that. That's what all that matters in the playoffs. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter what team you bring. Example: Tyler, way better fucking team than me, just from a paper standpoint. But my guys just wanted it more. I can't help that.
I
Oh my fucking god.
well,
Fucking bullshit.
all right, we
I
got
love it.
8 minutes. Sweet. We're doing pretty good here. We got a few more questions. All right, let's move on a little bit here. Okay, probably answer this last question and then we'll go to we're gonna take a little break and then we'll come right back. So in the forum era, that's what I'm coining it. I don't know if you guys like that or not. I think it's kind of cool. In the forum era, there has been 3 managers to win a ring. Chris, Dom, and myself. Does the trend of a new winner every year continue, or does a previous winner reclaim the title? Chris, you were a previous winner. I'd like to start with you.
I mean, I think you have a great team, but you keep
Thank you.
double checking yourself and mismanaging yourself, and I think it's going to end up costing you.
It has costed me twice so far. Yes.
So I don't know if I'll win this year. It really depends on if CMC comes back. If CMC comes back, I think I have just as good a shot as anybody to win. But it really rides on that. But then again, Hill could come back to his former self and be my guy. So I don't know. It's hard to say week 4 or week 5, I guess, but
Week 5. We're already almost.
it's possible for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, I think I'll be in the playoffs. I think you'll be in the playoffs. I doubt Tyler will be in the playoffs. Wait, he never won. He's just here. I don't think Dom will win. He needs to make a trade if he wants to be in that tier. I
Talk
don't
about
know.
make an asterisk with their ring. That still pisses me off. Tyler, what do you think? I've seen the landscape of the league. Do you think a repeat winner wins again, or do you think it's a new manager, first timer? And if you have
I
in mind,
think
let me know.
it'll be a new manager. I think the trend will continue.
Who would
I
you
think each
say?
year I think each year there is an increased knowledge between the league members of football. AJ's watching more. He's 4-0. Colin Doyle.
Great
That's
college knower, but
Colin
NFL
Doyle
now.
has a fucking squad.
Colin
And
Doyle
I'm
has a
tired of
squad.
nobody talking about it. Colin don't even talk about it. But he has a fucking squad.
The '08 Lions. He is. I put him on emphasis in this week's forum, and this will go up on Wednesday.
I think Judson still, like we said, I think he definitely has a chance to get back.
Nope.
I think he does. But Cooper Kupp coming back, I mean, if he just stays, I mean, right now, I mean, I think I'm still fucking alive. Bullshit, Chris. I'm still alive. I'm 1-3, and there's 4 teams, I think, or for 3 or 4 teams right now in the playoffs. If the league ended today, that are 2-2. I'm
2-2,
fucking
and I'm the
game
4
behind
seed.
us.
2-2,
I
I'm
am
the 4
not.
seed.
We're okay.
I just think as soon as you get that negative this early, it's just really hard to come back from. Like, sure, it's
How?
possible.
When there's so many teams 2-2, how is it gonna? I'm 1 game behind, and we go to what? When does playoffs start? Week 14.
Week
You got to win.
15.
You got to win 2 more games to get to 500, which isn't a lot. I'm gonna say that's not a lot. But what are the odds you win 2 in a row to get to that 500? What if you win 1, drop 2 more, win 2, drop 3? Like, that's realistic, especially with the construction.
What's realistic is me getting. Say I do get that 2. Say I go on a 2-win streak here against Austin, and I think I have Jaden the following week.
Austin just boomed.
Or no,
this
not
team just
Jaden. I already
fucking
played
boomed.
Jaden. I don't know who I got. Let's say I beat Austin this week, and then I beat whoever I got next week. Boom, back to 3-3.
Mez in 2 weeks.
Let's say Mez. Okay, that'll be a tough one. We'll see what buys look like. Never know. But so say I get back to 500. Say 2 of the teams that were ahead of me in the playoffs drop 1 game. All of a sudden, I win 1, they lose 1. I'm right there in the fucking 4 spot, in the 5 spot in the fucking playoffs. Like, it's not that big of a jump for me to make.
Allen's boomer bust.
Only 6 teams win a week. Okay.
Allen's boomer bust. Bijan's not performing like you drafted him to. Kelsey's dog shit. I mean, you just have a slew of problems.
Tyler,
you probably be able to address it.
Bijan is dealing with injury. Has had some very tough matchups to start the year. The Falcons have had some tough matchups.
No doubt.
Josh Allen, yeah, he might be a little boomer bust right now, but in the games that he's busted, I mean, the Dolphins couldn't do anything, so it was literally just run, run, run. Can't blame that on him. Then, sure, against the Ravens, they fucked him up. It is what it is. Guess what? We bounced back against the Texans. Diggs thinks he's coming in to fucking get a fucking
Diggs is dropping a
comeback game.
40p.
You think Diggs is coming in to get a fucking comeback game?
Hell yeah.
No. Josh Allen, it's a prove it game for Josh Allen saying, suck my dick. I'm the fucking veteran here.
CJ said, I'm going to give you 15 targets. Go be a hero. That's what he's saying this week in practice.
Yeah, and Sean McDermott said, hit him with a fucking airplane.
Whoa.
That's what he said.
Tyler, you do have the third most points allowed, so that is a bit unlucky. Chris, as for reference, you're 406. That's near the bottom of the league. And at only 415.4, that's also at the bottom of the league. I think that's fourth to last. Sorry, Chris. So again, Tyler, unlucky is another big part of your story as a manager, as we said in that question, and it's continued on that path.
Right. I don't look at points against as really anything. You gotta fight through the adversity. If there's anything Coach Schmidt taught me in my life, so you gotta fight through the damn adversity.
I agree.
You gotta keep going.
But whenever you look at a team, and I've been looking at this because if I have the most points allowed, which I have the second most to Colin of all fucking people, which is crazy because he's 3-1, you have to think, am I getting unlucky or am I just a shit team? I think AJ, although he's got a great team, he's got the third lowest points allowed. So he's getting easy wins based off numbers. Tyler, you and me, we have two of the highest points allowed, and we're getting unlucky on that. Chris, you're towards the bottom, and you're about even on points for. So those questions, I do think managers have to think about that, especially whenever early on in the season when you're not performing well. I think Brock needs to think about that. He's at
Brock.
8
Oh my
points.
God, Brock. Brock has a solid team too. I know we all like to shit on Brock. Brock has a solid team. He has a chance to win.
Does he have a solid team? Injuries are starting to pile up.
See what happens. Brock's another underrated manager too. Through the last few years, Brock has produced some solid squads that have been competitive. And we all like to shit on Brock, yeah, but the guy's been producing teams.
Hold that thought tight. We're gonna we're gonna be right back, and then we're gonna get back to that because that's a really good segue into the next question. Here we go. Final few questions. I hope you guys have enjoyed it thus far. Tyler, before we left off there, you were talking about Brock as a really underrated manager. I want to build off of that. Who is the most underrated manager in the league?
I think it's Colin. I think it's Colin. The last 2 years, he produced playoff teams. Am I incorrect with that? I mean,
No, you are not incorrect.
I think it's about time to people start looking at Colin and think we got to win this week. We got a tough matchup because he knows ball. He knows these guys from his love of college football. And the guy, he knows what he's doing. He's producing good squads.
Colin has a career total of 26-20, starting off in 8th place his first year. Oh shit, dogs are going crazy. 3rd place 2 years ago, and then last year 6th place. Colin's a great pick there. I think under the radar definitely for Mr. Doyle. Chris, what do you have to say?
I would say Mez. He has a great team. He's leading our division. I don't hear a lot of talk about Mez being a championship caliber team, but I see it, and I'm not looking forward to playing him.
I see it for this year, but I think with every year in the past, Mez has really, really struggled with.
I think he's just gotten unlucky because when you look at the Dynasty League, you look at the record, he knows what he's fucking doing. Like, he blows everybody out of the water when you look at the Dynasty record. So he knows ball.
I just beat him in the Keeper League Sunday. So what up?
He knows what he's about.
Well, I wanna say this though. You say he's really struggled. Mez is 21-25 all time, and he's never finished below 7th place, 7th, 5th, and 7th. Although he has bad records some seasons, he always plays in the consolation bracket. So I do think Mez is a great underrated pick there because you would imagine he's worse, but he never has gotten last. He's never been close to last.
Always seems to have a middle of the pack team. But this year, I think he's going to be a playoff team for sure.
I agree with that.
I think he will as well. I think Colin Doyle is a great underrated manager. Some other guys that you could put in there is Judson. He has a 23-23 record all time. One bad year, but 4th and 5th place the last 2 seasons. You could also go, like you said, Mez if you wanted to. Brock, although he had a bad year 2 years ago, averaged 5th position with a 24-22 record all time. I like asking that question just because underratedly, whenever you're not having, we haven't had this form era statistics much long, I should say, but I like whenever guys can be confident coming into every single year because it's not just, me, Chris, Ty, whoever playing, the most. So that's just interesting. Who is the best manager and worst manager? I like to throw this in there to negotiate with in the DMs. Chris, we can start with you if you're ready, or Ty if you're ready.
I'm ready. I think just people who know ball in general.
So no
I
one
can't,
specific.
I can't deal with like guys like Dom and Tony just fucking rambling about nothing.
Dom
And
is
you know it's nothing.
Dom
But
is
you got
tough.
to deal with it because you want to rob them.
Dom is tough.
I
It's
actually
unreal.
disagree with half of that. I think Dom is definitely the worst because he doesn't even think about what he's saying no to. I swear to God, he doesn't. He just is like, no, I don't want to give away a good player for good players. I don't want to do that. Whatever. Tony, on the other hand, I like talking about trades with Tony because he gives you an honest fucking answer. Chris, when I'm talking to Chris about trades, I don't know if he's bullshitting half the time.
he is a good
Sometimes
negotiator. He knows
sometimes
what he's
Chris
doing.
be talking, and I'm just like, I don't even know if you believe what you just said, but okay, keep it
Let me
rolling.
hear. Let me hear an example. I would love an example.
You talk about Deontay Johnson
Over 20 plus
last
points
couple
last
weeks.
2 weeks.
Okay, sure. He did good against a shit Raiders defense that did not want to play that game at all. And then yeah, he did good against a shit Bengals defense.
Very
But
bad
going
defense.
into that game, the Raiders defense was considered good.
I don't care about what they're considered on paper. I saw the game and they suck balls all around.
I mean, Deontay's getting the volume despite it being shitty
listen. Okay,
defenses.
now other teams got 2 weeks of film on the Panthers. Let's see how long this Andy Dalton run goes for. Okay,
Probably
that's
another
all.
week. I gotta sell.
They do play Chicago. That defense is either hit or miss. They have a great corner, probably
This
covering.
guy was talking DJ for Bijan straight up. Get out of here! I'm not
Who?
doing that.
Who?
No.
What happened?
Wait, what's Bijan rated? Like 16, RB
I
16,
don't care
17?
what he's ranked right now. I
He's
don't
running back
care
20.
what he's ranked right now.
If you look at he's the RB 20.
Go look at
Deontay's the wide receiver 17.
go look at Bijan's playoff time matchups. Go look at some of
Oh,
them teams.
a
that
year
he's played.
ago? I'm looking at right now.
Right
Sure, keep
now,
look. Hey, you're a Patriots fan. I thought you knew about football in September compared to December and January.
No, yeah, it's way different. But
Just wait. You just
after
wait.
3 or
We're
4
right
weeks,
there. All we need to
after
do is make the dance, and
after
then
3 or 4
Bijan's
weeks, you
got
know who a
great
guy
matchups for
is.
the playoffs. Isn't that what you
After
said about Jamar Chase years ago too?
I mean, yeah. But after 3 or 4 weeks, you know who a guy is.
well,
The fact that Jackson started Mark Andrews versus me and he still won really pisses me off because he knew that was a bad start.
I knew it was a
He knew
terrible
it.
start. I really thought it wasn't even a bad start. I was wrong. I thought that was his get right game. I thought it was his Amari Cooper against the Giants game. I really, because Buffalo Bills were gonna put up points, I thought it was it. And you know what? I got away with that one for sure.
Mark
But
Andrews is borderline droppable now.
he's projected 5 points this week. I'm not playing him. I'm gonna keep him just because he's too big of a name to drop. But I'm
I will pick him up right away.
I know, so I have to keep him, which does suck because I also have Burrow. So I'm keeping 2 bench spots for nothing basically because no one wants Burrow and Andrews, obviously, unless someone does. And you want
I offered you Braylon Allen for fucking Mark.
I only
Uh,
wanted
I think
Braylon.
that's overpay.
I'd only wanted Braylon if I could have gotten Brees Hall. If we would have made that Braylon Allen deal, I would have traded for Brees Hall today.
Fair enough.
So that was the only reason I was going to do it. Because then I got a
I-
running back the rest of the year regardless. And that's what I want.
I just offered Mez a great trade. I hope it goes through.
What was it?
I offered him D-Hop, Mike Evans, and Braylon Allen for David Montgomery and Devontae Adams.
Braylon Allen, DeAndre Hopkins, and who else? Sorry.
Mike Evans.
I don't know.
That's tough.
I think-
He'll probably hold on to Adams. I would hold on to Adams.
I
Just
would
see
too.
what the fuck happens.
He's listening to offers for me right now. I mean,
I don't want to hold on to David Montgomery. I mean, why get rid of your running backs? You have Mixon and Walker. Mixon's hurt, so you
I'm
need
just throwing
running
something
backs.
out there. He wants to get some trades going with me, so I'm just throwing something out there. Start it out.
Mez needs to not make any trades and
Yeah,
just
Mez.
play.
It is interesting. You have some managers in great spots that do need to make a trade, like Judson and Colin, and then you have guys in bad spots that don't need to make a trade or do need to make a trade. It's like it's a weird disparity. So I love to see that.
Yeah, I think Mez is in a great spot. Don't make any trades.
No, he definitely is, but maybe I can get something going before this video drops.
I was going to put in my little sense here. Oops, sorry. I had written down for my best and worst manager to negotiate with. I put Austin as the best. Sorry. I put Austin as the best, and then I put Rock as the
Fucking
worst.
up. I didn't know what was just happening.
Sorry, I completely glitched. I couldn't find the thing because I was looking at my other tab. I put Austin as the best and then Brock as the worst. I don't know what it is. I think me and Brock just have completely different viewpoints on players. I don't think we've ever made a trade to get I don't think we ever can because we just view night and day differences. Like me and Chris, we do disagree on a lot. Tyler, I think we agree more than we disagree. But me and Brock completely different, so I just can never trade with him. Do you guys have that similar
Yeah.
experience?
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, trading is tough in fantasy. You're trading unknown and you don't know what you're getting. I mean, you think you do, but then all of a sudden, Rashee Rice tears ACL and out for the year.
From a Mahomes tackle.
Literally, and you always want to win the trade. So I think people are more stingy nowadays with trading because they're like, I have to. Dom literally has been saying that in the group chat. He's like, I have to win the trade, and that's like, you'll never make trades if that's how you fucking view it. You got to fucking.
I'm totally
gotta
fine
make
with
tra-
Dom
you gotta-
sucking.
You got to make trades that look even, but you know it's a win for you.
I will admit, Chris, you do take that chance more than anyone, and I do respect that. Even though more than half the time it's a stupid trade, I do respect the fact that you are going out to, even if you're losing the trade on paper at that moment, you're making the potential,
Chris is kind
Yeah.
of the only one who really does that too in our league.
yeah.
The
I mean-
floor of my trade with Tony is so fucking low because CMC might not play another down. Tua
Tyreek
might be
Hill?
dead. I don't
Yeah.
fucking know. But the upside of that fucking trade, that's league winning. That's a league
I
winning
agree.
trade.
I 100% agree. I'm not one to. I could never make that trade. I never could because
Oh, I
kinda like
was
Dom
so
worked.
scared
Yeah.
before I clicked accept.
But you actually did. I mean, I respect that because I do agree. It is league winning if he comes back. It takes balls. I couldn't do it. Ty, I don't know if you could ever do it. I'm kind of like,
No, I
I
couldn't
know
do
I
it.
need to kind of. I know
Now,
what I need
you guys play it too safe. You
for
gotta
sure.
throw all your eggs out there.
But it's been working for me. It's been working for. I changed my, strategy a few years ago, and since then it's been going good ever since. So I'm sticking with it until the wheels fall off. So
Yeah,
That's
I think
fair.
draft day is more of my issue right now.
you think draft day? Well, what
Yes.
trade did you make last year, Ty? Did you make any last year? I don't think you did.
Last year, no, I did. I made a couple with Chris because I
Yeah,
got
we did.
Kyron Williams from Chris, and that actually turned my season around because
Yeah,
I got a
that's
lot
right.
of
he got hurt, but when he played for me though, he was getting fucking 30 a week, and he was
Mhm.
carrying my team to win.
Yeah, he did that for a couple weeks and then he was hurt for a while. And Olave
Yeah.
started
He
picking it up.
missed 4 weeks, and then but then Kyron came back for the last like 3 weeks, balled out again.
Do you think Dom is trying to say that he has to win the trade because of how bad he lost his trades last year. Remember, he had all the running backs. He had Kyron,
I
Kamara,
think that's
Eckler,
just Dom's
Dude,
viewpoint.
Dom had the league by the balls
and
last year.
he could have won the league so easily, and he made
Didn't
3 bad
didn't
decisions.
he traded all of his good running backs to me
Dude,
for
he
what?
had
I don't
he
even
had
remember.
literally like 1 through 5. He had all of them, all those running backs. He
Kamara,
had 'em.
Eckler, Kyron. I think he had one more too, and
He
he
gave me
kept Eckler.
he gave me Kyron and somebody else. I don't remember that trade, but I remember exactly where I was. But that shit was crazy
I think you
because it
traded
was literally
Cup or
robbery.
something. I think you traded up Cup whenever Cup was like he got injured the next week or
I
something.
think so. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did give
Yeah.
him Cup, and then he got hurt right after.
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking on trades, Chris, this is something that you wanted to bring up. The trade
Man,
value.
now he's
The
got
trade.
Rashee Rice though. Whoa, now he's hurt.
What?
Damn, Dom's the receiver. Bad luck.
Yeah, he
Oh
keeps
damn.
messing it up. But the trade formula. What is it that you want to bring up, Chris? And we can talk about it.
Got to talk about it. You robbed. I don't even remember who, but you took Brandon. Oh, it was Austin.
Austin.
You took Brandon
I
Ayuk.
robbed Austin whenever Chuba and Sutton both
The
outperformed
only
Ayuk
I love the concept of the trade formula, but there is no eye test involved in it.
because eyes are biased.
There's got to be another set
The
of
eye test
eyes or
says Brandon
something.
Ayuk sucks, and I don't know why they this trade. It does. It
The
does.
numbers say Brandon Ayuk sucks too.
Awful.
Yeah, the numbers say Brandon Ayuk sucks, but I mean he's having a slump. He could pick it up next week and drop 25. Like
Isn't the whole
that's
point of trading buy low and sell high?
fair, but I mean, I just think that the trade formula is so one-sided, just narrow viewed.
I can see where you're saying that, and we were at Beale Street, and Jay Gill brought it up too. He's saying the same thing. It doesn't account for injuries and it doesn't account for eye tests and outlook and stuff. 100% agree. But here is my only rebuttal to that, and I think it's a good one. The way to beat that is just have like the manager has to be competent enough. I think Austin actually got a lot out of that trade. It won him this week. He
It
beat
did win him this week.
it won. It's probably going to win him next week too because Chuba is the running back one over this past couple like 2 or 3 weeks.
They're not going to bench him, that's for sure.
Not going to mention Brooks is not eligible. He's not coming back yet.
But
He's not
it's
open.
changing.
Even if
It's
he was
changing the
healthy, though,
way.
they can't just take Chuba out the way he's performing.
Exactly.
It's changing the way you got to make trades. Like you have to make sure that they're numerically fair and not just.
No, I get it. I get what Chris is saying, and I get what people are saying. And I'm sorry, Chuba Hubbard. I hated you preseason. Now he looks like he's pretty solid for the time being. We don't know what it's going to look like when Jonathan Brooks comes back, and we don't know. Like I said, I'm kind of being hypocritical right now because earlier I said now people got film on the Panthers. Let's see what they do, which I still stand on that. But Austin did win this week because of that trade. And
yeah, that's fair.
Bo Nix looks like he's starting to get a little going too.
But
Not
I mean,
great,
just like
not great,
my-
not no fucking Jay Daniels, but I mean, he's starting to get Cortland Sutton the football, which is what
Cortland
Russell
had
Wilson all year. And
64 of
Cortland
the 90 yards last week. Cortland
from my
had
standpoint, who do you think is buying Deontay Johnson? He's the wide receiver 17. Nobody's gonna buy that, just because his name is Deontay Johnson.
Amen. And he's on the Panthers.
But if it was Devontae Adams, wide receiver 17, I'd be able to sell that to anybody in the league.
Yeah.
Yes. So how
So
is
the
that
eye test
trade
is
formula?
affecting me right now, but that is numerically a fair player to receive for a Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
But
Yes, it is.
it's just fucking me because I can't do anything with that because I know his value, but people see the eye test differently with Deontay Johnson.
Chris, why do you want to do the trade then?
Mhm.
Why do you
Because
want to
he's
do the one
high
for
right
one?
now. He's high right now, so it's going to be the best possible return. I think he's still a solid flex player. I don't think he's a plus
and like
20 a
Jackson
week.
said, the manager has to be competent enough to not do it, and I ain't fucking doing it.
Well, Ty, also, if this was last year in the trade committee, okay, we had a lot of battles in the trade committee over things that we really
We
shouldn't
did.
have. But think of it just straight up, like you said, Chris, numerically speaking, Deontay Johnson for Bijan is a fair trade. But last year, Ty, if that trade happens right now, would we pass that? There's no chance. Even though the eye test, except we're not doing that. I know we're not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bias.
I don't know.
But if like that happens this year, we can accept it. We don't have to have any bias in it because numerically it makes sense. You get to buy high, you get to buy low, you get to sell high, and you sometimes just have to make a trade. Uh, I get it. There are some kinks in it, and I think in next offseason, if
Well,
we want to
we'll
continue,
iron it out for sure.
for
I just thought
sure.
I wanted to bring it up.
But as long as, I mean, we haven't. I don't think it's been that bad. I think I don't
No,
think it's terrible.
It hasn't really done. It hasn't done anything bad yet.
No. It
Just
allows for
getting
managers to make bad trades, and that was the thing that we needed to do. I think it was so competitive last year because we just did not allow that to happen.
People had a lot of problems with the trade committee last year because we didn't allow trades to happen.
Yeah.
Guys
Oh,
didn't
that
know
better
that.
not pass in the committee. Oh, the committee's rigged. Every
Yeah,
fucking night it seemed. I'm like, oh my goodness.
and we're just like, well, fuck. And just so happened, okay, you want to say we baby monitored everyone's trades last year? Sure, we did. And guess what? It was the most competitive year we ever had.
Yeah.
So,
where?
I mean,
I see a correlation there.
and now we
I don't
got
know,
Austin
it
and
takes
Tony
takes the
in here.
arguing away from y'all.
That
That's
was
for
true.
sure.
That yeah. By the end of the season, I was like, I don't care what trade happens. Just
Sorry, Tone. I don't mean Tone's gotten so much shit tonight, and I'm sorry. I love you, Tone.
I don't know. It's kind of
I
his
love
fault.
You
Tony
kind
the
of
You
person.
deserve.
know
You
what
do
I'm
kind.
saying?
Okay, you do kind of deserve it, but like, I still love you. I'm sorry.
Tony the person, great guy. Love the guy.
Tony the
He could
yeah,
sit at my dinner table any night. But Tony the fantasy
sit on my
manager,
face any night. What? Yeah, no, sit on the yeah. Well, I think that was great. Actually, I like that conversation. There is one more question that I have for you guys. Tyler kind of brought it up. Has to do with power rankings. Chris, you have actually since draft day dropped the most
oh
out of
yeah,
anyone.
you don't got to tell me. I watched the videos, Jackson.
No. I'm talking about just from
No.
ESPN. But
Oh, I don't give a fuck about what ESPN says.
so that then now leads me into my question that is inspired by Ty. Where do you guys think you should be ranked this week? Objectively speaking, and because I'll give you guys your real answers. You tell me where, I'll give you your real answer. Sneak peek for tomorrow's forum video, listeners and viewers, and then we can debate it.
Right now, I'd put myself at 8.
Okay, Ty?
I either 10 or 9. Yeah, I'm gonna be low. I deserve to be low.
So unfortunately that was right on the money. You guys said 9 and 8. Ty at 9, Chris at 8. And I think that is fair. I have it ironed out. It's taking a lot more
It is what it is. You know.
now.
Hey, lot of ball left.
Oh
Okay,
God, a lot of ball.
lot of ball left. Be all right.
But Chris
I
at
don't
2
know.
and 2.
I don't know if you'll be all right, Ty. That's
Chris,
I'm
you're the
one game
lowest
behind you,
2 and
Chris.
2 team though. Do you
I'm one game behind you, Chris. If I, no, you got me head to head. So never mind. Never mind.
yeah.
Ty,
I
you got
understand
more
one.
points for. You have more points for, Ty.
I do.
And that's all that matters.
Doesn't that the head-to-head goes first though, don't it?
It's only points for.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
sure we could do head to head or we could do division.
We
I
should
don't
do
know how we
head-to-head.
do.
That's how the league does
No,
it.
I thought if you tied with somebody, it went to the head to head.
It goes points for.
Yeah, it goes points for, which is
Mhm.
bullshit.
It makes it's fantasy
Are you
football.
sure?
I am 92% positive.
Because I could have swore I had more points for than you did last year, Jackson, but you beat me because you beat me in the week 4 matchup or week 3 matchup.
Well, I won 9 games last year, so
Oh shit, never mind.
yeah.
What?
Stopped you there, motherfucker.
Yeah, I think tiebreaker immediately just goes for points
It
for.
does go for points for. I'm pretty sure. However, we could definitely maybe look to change that if there's a setting on ESPN. I'm sure there is, but
Definitely change it next year though.
it motivates managers to score a lot of points, even if you're losing in those shootouts like Brock did this week. He scored 130 and lost. That's still important because that tiebreaker could come back, and especially with so many 2 and 2 teams this year. But Chris, you are the lowest 2 and 2 team. Would
You
you
gotta
like
tell me.
what like what is that?
I'm playing long ball here. All right. CMC coming back week
Tony.
8, week 9. Tua coming back. Actually having a competent quarterback throw the ball.
Yeah.
Every
Well,
other position is solid besides my RB2.
well, fair enough. Ty, Chris, those are all the questions. How about we finish off with some well, pause. Let's close this with anything you guys want to say. Ty, maybe some defensive remarks, maybe some motivational remarks for your team, trade talks, whatever you guys want to talk about here. Floor is yours.
No, I don't have anything much to say. We're gonna bounce back this year. We'll be there. See you guys then.
Bounce back from last year, 2 years ago, because both
From
those
1 and
teams-
3.
All right. No, I believe in you, Ty, for sure.
Started off his little talk with a good joke. I like that shit, Tyler.
Chris, if you want to take it away and finish us off.
You know, every league needs a villain, and I like stepping up to that role. I really do. I could be 0-14. I'm gonna talk shit with the best of them. It's just something I enjoy. I get a good chuckle out of it, seeing how fired up I get people.
You had me fired up last night.
No,
Don't-
yeah, no doubt. I've never seen you type "shut the fuck up" so many times.
Oh my god. I was unloading
then-
a clip.
I'm literally driving down 55 and I see Tony Pollard punching in the end zone with 30 seconds left, and my heart just shattered. I didn't even want to open the chat. I was done. I was thinking about deleting the app. But no, yeah, I like being the villain. I really do. Call me underrated, talk shit about me. I mean, yeah, all my success came from a long time ago, but I mean, it's still success you have to recognize.
Do you think it's time for another villain, or do you want to be the Thanos?
No, I'm here. I'm ready.
Jackson, I think you took the role for a little bit, but now I think Chris definitely took it back.
I think I had to take it for a little bit. I think winning that after the DeMar situation, that was just a lot of built up stuff. I think I had to get that out, and I'm glad I did.
That
But-
whole offseason, I just didn't want to look at you.
Hey, I looked at myself a lot. I'll tell you what, I looked at.
And then you
So
bought
when
a
he had the
fucking
fucking
ring. I was
ring.
like, what a fag.
I bought a ring. Chris, you asked me where I bought it from.
On God, I did. I was like, damn, why did I buy mine first?
And you know what? If I win again, I'm gonna buy another fucking ring, $20. Why not?
When I
I,
win my third and it's officially a dynasty, I'm going to buy 3 rings.
It can't be a
And then
dynasty.
it can. 3 and 5, that's not a dynasty.
You got last. You got last.
Okay. Patriots didn't make the playoffs between 02 and 04.
And
So
never had a top 20 pick.
that don't mean nothing.
Well, top 15 pick or whatever.
We draft random.
And you carry on that tradition, don't you? Where you trade random.
He shouldn't die.
This interview was brought to you by Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard, if you need 20 points on Monday night, Tony Pollard has your back.
Oh fuck.
That's all I got, gentlemen.
That
Thank
was a
you so
good
much.
one.
That was
That was
a
solid.
great. I had a lot of fun here. I'm hoping to do something like this, whether it be with Ty and Chris again in more weeks to follow, or more managers. I want to get more managers involved, but we're
Yeah, I heard a couple people pussied out, and we don't need to name them, but they know who they are.
a couple people said or a couple people backed out. I was gonna ask one more person, and I thought, you know what? Let's just keep it at 2. Let's see how it goes. I think it went really well, and then next week we can either go to 3 or we can keep it at 2 different ones. We'll see what happens. So,
Well, everybody,
Oh,
when
yeah.
you're watching this, you can let us know how you feel.
Tyler, Chris, thank you guys so much again. Good luck to your teams for the rest of the season and your matchups this week.
Thank you, sir.
Have
I
a
can't lie. I hope your team sucks.
That's all right. It's all right. I know you're mad. And I'd be mad too if I had Tyreek Hill score 8 points on Monday Night Football. You had a 2-point lead, by the way, and you still fucking lost. Think about that.
I'm thinking about it, buddy.
I know you are. I know.
I was thinking
Alright.
about it all at work today. I was like, damn, I don't have
Whenever-
a fucking Miller.
Whenever Josh Allen dropped 30 on me on that Monday night last week, I was thinking the same thing. I saw fuck.
Oh, I
'Cause
needed that so bad.
All right. I'll see you, gentlemen.
He's
Thank-
going to do it again against the Texans.
Thank you for having me. This was a good time.
Yes, sir.
See ya. Thank you.